Okay, so this gentleman is using a remote control. He's not opening his car. He is going into a bakery. He's going into a public spot. He's going to engage with, you know, some friends, some family over a cup of tea and maybe a croissant. He's wearing a hearing aid powered by a remote control. It's the next generation of hearing devices. For those of you, and by the way, I have tinnitus. I'm 51. That's constant ear ringing. So did my dad. Hearing difficulties, hearing problems, and the need for a hearing aid, and these are FDA listed hearing aids, is not something that just happens in a certain chapter of life. It can happen for any of us. What if it were microscopically small, that no one knew you were wearing it? So already, right, the healthy ego that has us feeling like, I don't need a hearing aid because I don't want to wear a hearing aid because I don't want people knowing I'm wearing a hearing aid. That's not an issue. This is from RCA. It's a behind the ear micro design. The receiver goes inside the ear canal. The thread-like thin wire goes up over your ear on both sides. There's a left, there's a right. And then now, if you have mild to moderate hearing loss, if you're watching TV and you're like, what did they say? If you're in a crowd and you find yourself, this happened to my dad all the time. My dad, we would go to Capitol Grill or out to dinner, and between the crowd of people and the waiters and then the five of us at a table, he couldn't distinguish what was being said. And you could tell he would be watching so intently at our lips to try and lip read. And honestly, at some point, like you could just tell he began to check out. Like he couldn't engage. So then he didn't try to engage. And that's the problem. I'm gonna invite out our guest. Lori Forster is here. Lori, if you saw me on the street, would you think I was wearing a hearing aid right now?
Absolutely not.
I am.
That's what's so great. It's so discreet.
You can't
and no one
see
would
it.
ever know.
You cannot
see it.
Okay, so Lori is here. She's gonna walk us through this. I want you to know today, the price on this came down way lower than actually it launched at. We're saving $150 off of the regular QVC price thanks to a Black Friday sale price that we are launching today because it's October 1st. So along with that, as October kicks off, we are officially at QVC kicking off the holiday season. The holiday return policy is already in effect. And you can even go on 12-month special financing. Not only is this normally a $700 FDA listed real deal hearing aid, it is a 12-month special financing on a QVC credit card that brings the price on your screen that you will see flash up as Easy Pay down to $45. All right, so Lori, before we dive into everything that comes with it, I find this fascinating. So in October of 2022,
yes,
Congress passed a law. And the law said that no longer, if you needed a hearing apparatus, a hearing aid device, did you have to go to a doctor and get a prescription. You could actually buy them over the counter.
Exactly.
So that opened up a whole world of people who didn't want to go to the audiologist. They didn't want to have to pretend like, oh, I don't feel old, but I know I'm having this problem associated with being old.
Or spend thousands of dollars to get one. The average price of a hearing aid was $4,000. And so when this happened, RCA came in with over 100 years of history, being in our living rooms, right? Bringing us quality, innovation, and value, and said, we can do this and we can do it better. And so what you have is an amazing hearing aid, so small, so discreet, and it is controlled not by apps. You know, apps are confusing. If it's a parent, maybe your spouse, they don't want to deal with an app. You're going to deal with your hearing aid through
a remote control.
And we know remote controls at RCA, okay?
Now, can I just say one thing? You got it. If you're wondering, like, wait, but I don't get it. Like, how impactful is the difference? Chance, my producer, before we even see, like, claims and studies and clinicals, and trust me, they're all great. There's this cut of videotape that we're going to toss to, and it's going to show you the difference, okay? And then you'll abundantly understand why people, and maybe it's you, struggling with mild to moderate hearing loss, start to check out of life because it's too hard to engage. But this is not an amplifier. It's a hearing aid, a legit FDA-listed hearing aid. And listen to the difference it will make.
Hey, hon, I've been thinking about what we should do today. Maybe we head down to the farmer's market. You know, the one over on the west side of town? I was really wanting to pick up some of their homemade bread. They make it fresh daily. I thought that might be nice to have when everyone comes over for dinner tomorrow night.
Again, I want to welcome you all this evening. I'll bring out some waters for the table shortly. Please take a minute to look through the appetizers on the menu to see if anything interests you. I'll also let you know we have a couple specials tonight. First is the beef short ribs that comes with a potato puree and spinach.
Oh my, it's such a beautiful day to spend some time outside. The sunshine and fresh air, the birds singing. We should have brought a picnic basket and blanket with us. We could run over to the market there and grab a few things to eat. Make our own little impromptu picnic.
And if you lie with me under the sycamore tree, whether we're high or low, there's nowhere else I want to go.
Honestly,
Amazing, right?
totally game-changing for you, for your loved ones.
Life-changing.
Life
Right.
change. You will rediscover a life that maybe
will.
you or they had lost, because when you can't hear what people are saying, you don't feel a part of the
start
club.
checking out.
And you start checking out
Yeah.
because the club doesn't include you. The conversation doesn't include you. And so the remote control, though, is very clever.
It is, and
Explain
we're
what it does.
The only ones doing this. So the remote control is going to allow you to control the volume, 11 levels, left and right. So you may have less hearing in one ear or the other. So it's separate that you're controlling that with. And this P here are the different programs. So we showed you the video. A standard might be just hanging out at home, right? You press it again, you get 2 beeps. That's your restaurant mode. That's your Capitol Grill moment that you were talking about with your dad. 3 beeps, then you're actually moving into the outdoor mode, and then 4 beeps, you got that music. And that's so heartbreaking if you know somebody who loves music, theater, you know, all of those things, movies, and they can't really enjoy that because they can't hear. And so this is giving them their life back. We believe technology should be about connection with family, and this gives you that person that maybe people thought were ignoring them. They're not ignoring you, they just can't hear you. So we're giving you this remote control, but then in addition, you are showing the hearing aid itself. It's very discreet. It's a behind the ear is where the main unit goes, and I'm wearing it. You can't even see that I'm wearing it right now. And then the little tip that goes, you have a dome, and you pick the size that works for you.
How many tips do you get? Because everybody is going to be a little different.
You get 12 of them, open and closed, and you decide how how much you want the sound to be intense there. And then that tip goes in your ear, and really, like you said, really thin wire, so no one can tell. What's
fishing
really
wire.
key, though, is that the little red and blue that you were showing that you put the dome on, that's a receiver, and it's in your canal. In the old days, the receiver would be in the back.
Behind the
and
ear.
there was like this ugly tube that would go in your ear, and the sound was never the crystal clear, no feedback, no weird, like screeching and whistling. You're going to get that sound that you expect from RCA.
And they're rechargeable. So let's be clear. There are no clunky batteries. This is rechargeable, and on the station, on the little docking port, it shows you how much charge you have left inside here.
Yes.
The 4 pre-programmed environment settings that will already help to self-adjust the levels in each ear for the surroundings of audio that you're engaged in include restaurant, outdoors, music.
And the battery on the hearing aids themselves, 20-hour life. That's a full day. You're probably not going to even wear it the full 20 hours. But then the case gives you 5 more charges. You could go on a vacation with the case and your hearing aids and not worry about the charging. And here, Grandma wants to be with her grandchild, enjoy that movie, enjoy what's going on, and be able to control it with this very discreet remote control, no bigger than a key fob of your cars, and just give you that ability to really have your life back.
And you never had to go to a doctor.
You
and you
didn't.
never had to wait 3 months to get in to see the specialist. And you never had to go through the oppressively expensive process of getting all the tests done and the audiology and going in the soundproof booth and having them test your ears. You didn't have to leave your house. You didn't have to get the prescription. You didn't have to wait 6 weeks for anything to be made, custom made, delivered. And you also didn't have to pay out of pocket. I will actually say that because there are these health savings accounts, there are
Yes.
quite a few products on QVC that we present and sell that you may find are eligible for reimbursement of some kind through your health savings account. But guys, these are not, and I don't really personally know the difference, so feel free to expand on it, but I want everybody to understand. Mild to moderate hearing loss is what these essentially are coming to help you or your loved ones with. And that could be any age person, younger or older. Holiday return policy gets this home and allows you and them through the holiday season, the parties, the cocktails, the gift openings, the nutcracker suites in the auditorium. To try these, use these, and still return them up until the last day of January if they have not impactfully changed your world or their world. And honestly, when I talk about that, it is a really big deal because you think about losing one of your 5 senses. Other than sight,
Right.
I think hearing is the other one that changes entirely how we engage in our lives.
Connection is about communication. And I know my Uncle Pat suffered with this for many years. And because of going to the doctor and the expense of the hearing aids, and now he can go and get something affordable. And we know this is a considered purchase. You know, it's not like picking up a $20 item, but get it home now. We say give about 30 days to really get used to having it in, adjusting it, using the different modes. We have so many ways to support on QVC.com. We have lots of videos on fitting them, on using them, on RCA, hearingaidsupport.com, more resources, even a number. I like to talk to people on the phone. My husband, he only wants to text. He won't talk on the phone. But you can talk to someone on the phone and tell them if you're having any challenges, how you want to use it. And then bonus, we're giving you the cleaning kit so that you can keep it in order. More domes, more wax guards, a little cleansing cloth, and just really keeping this. This is like going to change your life, and you're going to never not want to have the hearing aid.
And honestly, what we're doing in terms of a Black Friday sale price that we're launching now, which means Black Friday is a long ways off, but we're already getting you ready for the holiday season, for the shopping and the gifting. So we're delivering crazy great markdowns. Today, this came down to its lowest price since launching a few months ago. It's $150 off the regular QVC price, which is $700. These things can go into the 4 digits. $700, while that is already a pretty peak price point, we actually could be talking about $1,000, $1,200, $2,000 in this realm of FDA listed hearing aids, not amplifiers, a hearing aid. And again, the remote control is what allows you to turn the volume up or down, adjust the environment settings, so you're not having to go through an app or do something cumbersome that then reveals, oh yeah, I'm wearing a hearing aid. But I want you guys to know, the sale price launched today, and you have the holiday return policy up until the last day of January 2025. I want to play that video again. Do you mind?
Yeah, not at all.
Because to me, I saw Rick Domeyer, who I had no idea.
Yes, he's suffered.
He had ear surgery. I did not know this. And he was telling a story about how his wife, Amy, was really struggling because the people around you struggle too. It's not just the people, right? It's like Amy would talk to him and he'd be like, what? And then he'd say something to her and she'd be like, what? And so it's this disconnection between you and your loved ones. And take a look at how it changes when you can just hear what's going on in your world.
Hey, hon, I've been thinking about what we should do today. Maybe we head down to the farmer's market. You know, the one over on the west side of town? I was really wanting to pick up some of their homemade bread. They make it fresh daily. I thought that might be nice to have when everyone comes over for dinner tomorrow night.
Again, I want to welcome you all this evening. I'll bring out some waters for the table shortly. Please take a minute to look through the appetizers on the menu to see if anything interests you. I'll also let you know we have a couple specials tonight. First is the beef short ribs that comes with a potato puree and spinach.
Oh my, it's such a beautiful day to spend some time outside. The sunshine and fresh air, the birds singing. We should have brought a picnic basket and blanket with us. We could run over to the market there and grab a few things to eat. Make our own little impromptu picnic.